3, 2, 1. Lift off. Go.
What's up, guys, and welcome to our Kids Edition featuring me, your host, Lauren Olivia. It's official. We have launched our platform, Our Kids Edition, and welcome you to tune in each week to Our Kids Edition website and listen to our podcast. So if you want to see more pictures of Noah, Ava, Elizabeth, and myself, you need to go to www.ourkidsedition.com, www.ourkidsedition.com. And there's so many more pictures on there, like our ribbon cutting, our balloon release, and even some pictures of our guests. So here's our agenda. This week's topic is the art of winning. Our guest speaker is Mr. Mike Bennet, and he does Taekwondo, and he's an Olympic team member of 1992, 1996, and 1997. Closing remarks will be asked by our Kids Edition panel, and our sponsor is The Color of Life. They've been sponsoring us on our merch, and we thank them so much. Here's our Kids Edition panel. We have Elizabeth, Ava, Noah, and me, your host, Lauren Olivia, and a special guest in the hot seat is Olympian star Mr. Mike Bennet. Give them a warm Our Kids Edition welcome. Hi.
Hi.
Show.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Are we able to call you Mr. Coach?
Well, you just call me Coach. You don't have to use the Mr. part because that's what my athletes, they call me Coach.
Okay. Hey, Coach.
All right. How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm all right so far.
So now I'm handing Mike over to Noah to explain his fun facts.
Fun facts about Coach. His favorite food is Cajun. Favorite subject in 6th grade, English. His favorite color is black. Favorite sport is Taekwondo, basketball, and football. His favorite cereal is Captain Crunch, and his favorite time of the day, morning and evening and night. And
so now Noah's handing the mic over to Elizabeth.
In honor of the different belt colors, we are wearing our colored t-shirts.
So I have the color black for a black belt.
Today's focus is the art of winning from a kid's point of view. Coach Bennet, please explain how you made the Olympic team.
Well, it was a long journey. Let me say this part. It took me about 9 years to make the first team trials. And it's been kind of rough, but I was able to, with training, with getting with the right coach, as well as other training methods, I was able to achieve the objective. It's not an easy task, but I will say this: if you want something bad enough, you'll work hard at getting it.
Thank you for the answer. Now I'm handing the mic over to Ava.
Winning, becoming an Olympian. Our Kids Edition would like to encourage kids around the world to get involved in material arts. We are using our platform to help kids understand the value of exploring and experiencing new interests. We suggest kids ask your parents to sign you up for a material arts class.
It's martial arts, Ava.
In martial arts class in your community to create your own win, simply from a kid's point of view. Oops.
So it's game time. To play a fun game to break the ice, we play 20 yes or no questions in 1 minute. So pretty much we're each going to ask you a question, and you have 1 minute to answer all of them. Are you ready?
I guess so. I'll do the best I can. Hit me.
So my first question to you is, can you do a cartwheel?
Yes, I can.
Summer or fall?
No, I cannot. No, there's a part of the art that I do falling on, because you have to learn how to fall. So that's part of that particular art, which is Aikido.
Strawberries or blueberries?
Strawberries.
Do you like jazz music?
Matter of fact, I was just listening to jazz music before you guys plugged me in.
Ah, have you ever skydived?
Yes, I was in the airborne unit, so I was able to learn through the military on skydive.
Oh, that's cool. And my final question, sunsets or sunrise?
Well, I would say sunset because I like being joyful starting of the day, and then I know there's an ending, but I try to make sure I do not waste time. I enjoy the time that I have.
So now I'm handing the mic over to Ava.
Are you a neat freak?
Well, I'm not a neat freak, but the military teach you how to be disciplined and maintain your house. So my house is pretty clean.
Can you speak Japanese?
I can speak some Japanese. I don't completely like ichi, ni, go, roka. I can count. I can say certain things that in Japanese because that's part of the art.
Do you take your shoes off on the plane?
Well, no, not really.
Fly or drive?
I rather drive. I like viewing the country as I go through. America has a lot of great sites to go through, so driving is preferred.
Now I'm handing the mic over to Elizabeth.
Android or iPhone?
I like them both. I've been an Android for a long time. I just turned over to iPhone about a year ago, so I would say both.
Are you afraid of heights?
No, jumping out of planes let you know you can't be afraid of heights.
Hot air balloon or zip line?
Well, I did zip line. That's when you do commando school. It's called a zip line or slide for life. So I do them both. Air balloon, it's no real control, but it's a fun thing to do.
Do you sing in the shower?
Well, I don't have a voice to sing, so I'm probably not going to sing in the shower.
Nike or Adidas?
Man, sponsor wise, I can't say, but I have them both. So, but if you ask me which one I would go with, it'd be Adidas because a lot of the uniforms supported by the Olympic style Taekwondo.
I didn't know that.
Now I'm handing the mic over to Noah.
Can you do 50 push-ups?
Actually, I can do more than 50 push-ups, but yes, I do push-ups. I did that this morning. That's the first thing I do in the morning. I exercise.
Cats or dogs?
I'm a dog fan because I love dogs more. Not say nothing wrong with cats, but I am a dog fan.
Jet ski or snow ski?
I rather snow ski because there's a little more thrill involved in the snow skiing. Jet skiing is only so much. It's only when you have water, but skiing, you can go anywhere pretty much where snow is at and have a good time. But yes.
Is pie better than cake?
Man, I have a sweet tooth. I like cake more than pie, but I can eat a good sweet potato and pecan pie or apple pie any day.
Where's the pie? You're gonna give me some pie.
Thank God. We've been waiting for our guests to say they like cake more. But if you want a good pie, you should try my grandma. She make a great peach cobbler.
Oh, well, peach cobbler is another great one. I just so many sweet things. It's hard to say, name them all. But yes, that's a great one.
Now for the final question, is TikTok better than YouTube?
Well, I'm not on TikTok and I know of YouTube, but I can't give you the answer to that to say which is better because I haven't been on TikTok to give you that answer. So I couldn't give you a fair answer.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
It's all good.
This game is sponsored by The Color of Life, and you can go to their website, www.coloroflifeyouth.org, www.coloroflifeyouth.org. So now it's time for Take the Mic, is where our Kids Edition panel will ask questions to our guests.
All right.
So here's our first question. So since you were on the US Olympics in Taekwondo team in 1992, 1996, and 1997, do you now personally coach or teach kids Taekwondo?
Well, yes, I have a school in Louisiana, and I have a student, which is also here in Pearland, Texas, which I do go up there and teach. So yes is the right answer to give you, and I still coach athletes. So yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's cool. What are the do you coach like athletes in Taekwondo, or do you coach athletes like in football and basketball and different sports?
Well, I'm specialized in Taekwondo as a grandmaster. That is what I pretty much coach. I have over about maybe 200 students that are black belt. Wow. And everyone have made a national champion or won a national medal or even been on a national US team. So I have a good consistent of 100% of producing national champions.
Man, I need to come down there in Louisiana and the panel.
It's a lot of hard work now. It's a lot of hard work. Don't tell me wrong. It's like 6 days out of the week and almost 8 hours a day. That's what it takes to be a champion and also be Olympian. Oh, wow. So keep that in mind. If you ain't ready to work, then I'm not the one for you.
You sound like my dad. So my next question to you is, please explain your experience while on the USA Olympic team.
Wow, now that's it's so many different parts that I can talk about that. I do know being on the Olympic team, you get a lot of opportunities to meet foreign countries that participate in the sport, and you build friendship, and it gives you a sense of knowledge that you can go forward and achieve things in life, because these individuals did the same thing what you did. They put in the time to become the best of the best. And I take that becoming an Olympian was part of my goal to show that you can achieve if you want to. Just got to work at it. Don't give up. Always remember to go forward. Don't let nobody talk you out your dream, because that's the experience I have in being an Olympian. I'm in the history book now. So no one can deny me the right to say that, hey, you're not who I am, but I am. So, and that's a proud thing. And you should feel good about yourself. If you can do something that big, you can do anything in the United States, and pretty much do anything in the world. You just have to decide what you want in your life. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's very impressive. And I also have a question. So are you still friends with any of the people that you were at the Olympics with?
Well, yes, ma'am. Actually, I talked to your mom about that. I let her know if she needs to see some of the other national champs. I just got to get on the phone and call them and set up some appointment for you guys, maybe for next year when you guys start back up, so you can get to meet some of these athletes. I know a good deal of athletes, entertainers, and so forth. So, and I got a chance to do a little bodyguard work for a few of them. So I kind of, yes, I know quite a few people, so I can help you out with that.
Oh, thank you. So my next question to you is, can you talk about your military experience and how that helped you get to the US Olympic team?
Well, I will say this about the military experience. It's a great opportunity for most of you young guys coming in and want to establish a financial as well a role of achieving a certain education level. The military will provide that for you if you're not able to go to school. Now, if you're able to go to college, that's great. But if you ain't able to go, military is a good place to help mature you, financially set you up to get out and also educate you, because the military will pay for your education. And if you was in Taekwondo, the military also have military team teach about Taekwondo and also pay you to travel to fight on the team, which I'm gonna show you some of the uniforms, at least one of the uniforms that I used to fight when I won my national medal, as well as fought in the US Olympics, as well as my jacket from Atlanta. I'll get a chance to show you that hopefully before the day is out on this cast pod.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Also, I have a quick question. Have you ever inspired any kids that weren't able to afford to go to college to go to the military?
Well, I do have a mentor program, and in Louisiana, I have a lot of the kids who come from broken homes, because I deal with people with special needs as well as I don't want to say handicap. It's based off the individual, showing them that they can achieve anything, even with a disability or some type of a hindering of life, that it wasn't put upon them, but something just happened. But I showed them that you can still live and be independent. So I do have those type of students, but I'm trained though. I have to go to certain schools though in order to be able to do this teachings. But yes, I have inspired a lot. Matter of fact, I inspired one kid was what they call a rolling 60. He was a gangbanger. He came to me and I straightened him up. Now he's a role model citizen. He retired from the military. He did a lot of great things now. So he started his own business too. So yes, I think I have influenced quite a few people.
That's very nice, and that's very good for you. So my final question to you is, how many belts do you have?
Wow. I actually have a total of 5 different black belts and 4 different systems. From Japanese to Chinese to Korean. So I have that art in me. And if you want to know the art, it is Aikido, which is some people recognize Steven Seagal, right? That art, Aikido, Jubushido. Jubushido means the way of the gentle warrior, which is Japanese, then which is form of Nujitsu. Stephen Hayes is our Shidoshi. Shidoshi is just another form of saying instructor or teacher. Okay. Then, of course, you have the Chinese art, which is Kung Fu. 3 style animal, which I did with dragon, dragon fist, monkey, as well as snake.
What is a dragon fist?
Dragon fist is a Chinese kung fu art, which deals with certain movement with closed fists. If you look at a dragon, you see his little hands up here, and he has this big tail. The tail can actually whip, which he fights with. So you will hear certain steps like dragon retreats, dragon strikes. Those things in a fusion say, as they say in the Chinese art, that they are going to basically attacking moves. It's just so many different things I can vary off on.
Well, thank you so much for answering my questions. Now I'm handing the mic over to Elizabeth.
All right, let's do it, Elizabeth.
How long did it take you to obtain your black belt?
Wow. Okay, let me say this. For Taekwondo, it took 2.5 years. For my Aikido, it took 2 years. For my Jubushido, it took 4 years because it's a Nujitsu art and you have to learn certain things. For the Kung Fu Black Sash, it took me about 1.5 years to make that happen. So there you go.
My second question is, what is the first move you learned as a beginner?
Well, the first thing I tell anyone, which you should learn first, is discipline. That means respect. You have to know how to respect something in order to appreciate it. That's like your mom and dad. You have to appreciate it.
Thank you for the information. My third question is, what is the first thing you do before entering the dojo?
Well, if you're trained right, the first thing you should do is to bow. That's show the respect. We're back to that same question. Respect is everything to an instructor as well as to your own self. If you can respect yourself, you can respect others.
My last question is, did you attend college?
Yes, ma'am. I attend Southern University, also attend Houston Community College, as well as Texas Southern. So I have a degree in computer science or programming. I have a degree in criminal justice, and I'm working on a master's in criminal justice.
Ooh, that's a lot of degrees.
Yeah, and I'm also on the honor roll too.
That's good. Ava's in the honor roll.
Oh, okay. Well, good job.
I also have one question. Does Taekwondo work in a street fight?
Yes. Again, it's back to who the instructor and how he taught you. For me, in my teaching, there's tradition and then there's Olympic style. Olympic style is more tournament fed up for fighting. Tradition is fed up for more streets. The Koreans in the art, if you understand how Korean geography is built, is more mountains. So the Koreans developed their lower sides, or should I say their legs, are much stronger than their upper part because they have to climb up all these mountains. So the lower part was developed compared to Japanese, which they don't have that many mountains. So they developed the upper part from carrying so much compared to the lower legs. That's why they use more hands than what the Koreans use more feet. But you can apply it to the streets.
I never knew that.
Well, it's okay. That's why I am who I am as a grandmaster with knowledge to help you.
Well, thank you for answering my question.
Yes, ma'am.
So now I'm handing back over to Noah.
Wow, you were on the cover of Black Belt magazines. Tell us about that experience.
Well, to be honest, that's an honor for all martial arts. Even though Black Belt magazine is no longer active, but being able at the time when Bruce Lee era was coming and everybody was looking at all these different other fighting action stars, it was a wonderful experience for me to be selected, just like it was for me becoming a Hall of Famer. I didn't know I was achieving all these accolades that was given to me because I don't think about that. If you were taught right with respect, and that's where you learn a lot of your experience, you can achieve so much without knowing because you're not being selfish to others. You're doing the right thing and about life. And I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoyed the experience of being selected to even be put in the Black Belt magazine. So it was a great experience.
That must have been amazing.
Well, I mean, I've been on TV, I've been on interviews and TV's cast, but I think that magazine is like forever. I even have one of my grandmasters. He's also in one of the illustrations that's current right now, Taekwondo current. I think he's in there, and his name is Rafael Medina. But this is one of the guys that trained me and coached me into my National Olympic. Now he's also a Hall of Fame as well. So you just have to remember, you have to decide on what you want out of life.
So has your life changed since becoming a member of the Olympic team and a Hall of Famer?
Wow. I think, okay, let me back up a little bit. I was born in poverty. I mean, I didn't have a lot of things. I mean, I had 4 other brothers outside of me, and I had 2 sisters. So my parents couldn't give us the best of everything. So, but she had respect and made sure we didn't just come home with C's. We had to have B's and A's. If we came home with a C, well, that was trouble to pay for. But it gave me the knowledge to want to have good grades and learning. And that's what I enjoyed about going to school, because she gave me that discipline to realize that it opens doors when you have an education. When you have an education, you can achieve anything. No one can take that from you once you achieve it. It's just like having a degree. Once you get it, they can't take it away. That means no one can say that you can't do something. You can always do something. So always remember, education is very important, as well as doing your homework, which hopefully you guys are doing, is your homework. And you need to make sure that's very important in your life until you get to graduate from college. Key word, notice I say graduate from college. I don't expect y'all to just graduate from high school and that's it. I really want you guys to get as much education as you can, because the opportunities are there now. There's so much that you can do now compared to what me and your mom may have to go through, but you can do it.
I think we're talking to a celebrity here.
I'm all right. I ain't a celebrity. I'm just an ordinary guy, just like you know.
Which opponent was the hardest to beat in Taekwondo?
Oh man, if off the top of my head, it was in 97. I was fighting in Oakland. We was in Oakland, California at US Nationals, and we was fighting, and there was a guy by the name of Mahmoud the Whale. He was a big guy, and now he wasn't tall as me because I was taller than he was, but we was battling it out for those 3 rounds. And he made one small mistake, and that's why I capitalized, and I beat that round by 1 point. So that what I would say would be one of the hardest fights I had to fight was that guy, Mahmoud the Whale.
I have a question. So
yes, ma'am.
So the judges actually give you points if you mess, like, for moves you make?
Well, at that time, because now it's more electronic, but at the time it was basically point spread, and you had 5 judges in the corner with the center referee, and they score you 1 point per kick or punch. You couldn't punch to the face, but you can kick to the face as hard as you want. That's why they call it full contact, because you can get knocked out, you can break an arm, you can break a leg. That's how powerful the kicks are being thrown in Taekwondo. So you can apply it onto the streets, but that was one where you can go and use your techniques that you learned as a Taekwondo fighter.
Dang, that sounds scary.
Yeah, but we have body armor. It's called
in the
Hogu,
face,
which
though.
is Korean terminology for protection.
Well, can you show us a move?
Well, I would like to show you a move. Let's see. What move you like? Because in Taekwondo, we got a lot of kicks, a lot of
fist.
What? You say a back fist?
I want to see what that looks like.
A back kick or a back fist?
No, the dragon fist. I remember.
Oh, dragon fist, but that's a moving technique. That could be anything. See, that little small block is a dragon. That return back is another move. That it all depends on. I can't really show you because I'm not standing up, I guess. Can you guys see me?
Yes.
Let me see. Can I move to a position where you guys can see me? So don't talk about my little home here. You know, it's a great little move. Okay. Can you guys still see me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This is the first part. You have to bow and come into your first move. Now, you will actually go into here, which is the first part of a dragon move. Then you have here, which is the block move, which comes into here, which is another part of the dragon. Now, if you want me to throw a kick, I don't want to break that in my house, but yes, that's part of a dragon, which is in Kung Fu.
I hear Ava snickering in the background.
Oh, here's Mike laughing at me.
No, I'm laughing at Lauren.
I'm trying to do it. Right? That's how you do it, right? You're like.
Oh, okay. Well, you're a fast pickup, huh? All right. Good job. Well, too bad I don't have you. When you do decide to get in, you let me know so that I can give you some real training. If you're serious about becoming a national champion, I'll be the one for you.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Okay, well, you better tell your mom when she's ready, because I have a student out here already that have a lot of great national champions or competitors is in AAU as well as USAT.
I have one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does that help you, like, if for college and stuff, if you're trying to apply for a college?
Well, now in Taekwondo, you can get a degree in Taekwondo. People don't know that, but you can get a PhD being in Taekwondo and learning the body anatomy. You can actually get a PhD out of it. So they have what they call Taekwondo's team for college now. That means you can get recruited out of high school to go to college and fight for a full ride.
Oh, that's cool.
See, now every university don't have it, but they are developing it, and it's going to be a little bit bigger. It's just a slow process. Right now in the state of Texas, you have a total of about 6 or 7 high schools that have high school teams.
Oh, wow.
So you guys can, if you know where you're at, I ain't gonna tell you to transfer there, but you're supposed to be a black belt when you join the team. But again, I don't know what the requirements are for the high school.
Thank you. So now I'm handing the mic over to Ava.
Okay, so my first question is, what are your favorite positions in Taekwondo?
Well, I was well known for my back kick. That was one of my best moves, my back kick, which I kind of destroyed the opponent. I'm guaranteed a point when I throw my back kick.
A legend. Wait for it. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the second half of that word is dairy.
That's very, very, very interesting.
I've been known to take somebody out with that one because it's very a powerful kick.
I would hate to be that person.
Well, I hate for you to be that person either. But don't worry. the good thing about it, we may fight hard, but we also respect each other at the end of the ring. Think about it. How many people you know bow to each other, even after you beat them senseless, you still bow to each other. So it's respect.
I don't.
And it's a good culture that you should have when you do everyday life. Don't be that mad at a person where you have to do the wrong thing.
That's interesting. So my second question is, what inspired you to get into martial arts?
Oh, wow. You know, you guys may laugh at me because I know y'all gonna giggle on this, was because of my mother. Well, my other brother, when they was going to college, I was the only male at the house. And my mom wanted me to learn self-defense so that I can protect myself because she was afraid that somebody may want to jump on me because I didn't have my big brothers, right? So that was one of the reasons why I got into martial arts.
Well, that's quite interesting.
Really?
Was it hard to train for the Olympics, and if so, why?
Well, keep in mind, when you're talking about fighting international, and that's where you'll be fighting other countries, those countries are getting paid to train. For us in the US, well, amateurs, you're not getting paid. You have to get sponsors to find out how to pay for a lot of your equipment, clothing, or paraphernalia, shall I say. And then you have to find a location to train at least 8 hours a day. You have to put in at least 8 hours a day. And I would do that 6 days out of the week. Some days, if I didn't get a good workout that week, I may also include a Sunday. So it could be 7 days a week. But that's what makes you the best. Because if you look at it, it paid off for me.
I would love to get paid off.
Well, actually, since you say that, the payoff, if you were to win a medal in the Olympics, let's say a bronze medal, that's $250,000 that you would get paid. Not to mention that if you win a silver, you would get $500,000. And if you win a gold, it's $1.2 million that you can acquire. Now, if you got a good PR personnel, then you can probably make more money off it. That means that person is marketing you throughout the United States for advertisement, somebody type sponsor you, Nike, Adidas, those people, Wheaties. It's money involved.
I'm trying out for karate. I'm doing it tomorrow.
$1 million. Oh my
$1 million if you win a medal. I'm definitely doing that.
A lot of money.
Well, keep in mind, you can also make money. And see, here's the good thing about the military. The military pays you to be on their team. And you get a check every month. And they pay for your expenses of travel. They buy all your equipment, clothing as well. So you can wear your uniforms. They give you team suits or sportswear that you go and represent. And you fight in U.S. nationals. You go to team trials. You do all that.
So technically, it's like free?
It's like a win-win.
Basically, yeah, you look at it, it's like free, at least when you're in the military teams.
Is it a separate check from your paycheck?
Well, yes, they have to make it separate. If you're getting a sponsor, they can't give you because you have to keep your amateur status. If you accept money while you're on amateur status, you're no longer amateur. That means you can't fight at an Olympic level because you now turn pro. That's how they look at it. So U.S. keep us honest by making sure we don't accept money. So they put it into another account for you and hold it. That's the safe way.
If you don't,
without going to the legal galleries.
If you don't win, do you not get paid anything?
Well, even if you don't win, you just have to find a PR guy that can market you. For being on the U.S. team, you still can make at least $100,000.
Oh, wow.
You just got to have somebody who know how to set up your media engagements, like for instance, if I didn't know your mom, you know how much it would have cost me just to be on this podcast?
5,000 million quadrillion dollars.
Well, you was right the first time on 5,000. That's how much it would have cost. Yep, just for me to talk for 30 minutes.
Well, thank you for coming on. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, well, it's okay. It's free. Don't worry. I'm doing your mom a favor.
Thank you.
So my last question is there special shoes in Taekwondo?
Yeah, we call them kickers. They are little slim shoes. I guess I should have brought one and showed you right quick. It's a design where you train in it. You don't fight in it because you have to fight barefoot. But in this case, when we are training to keep our feet from messing up, because pin on the surface, we have what we call kickers. The little shoes are a thin little pad that is close to the ground as possible you can, but it helps you be able to protect your feet. Let me say that. So yes, there are shoes that we use called kickers.
I'm sorry, but I have one more question. You said
Yes,
that Adidas helps sponsor the shoes or something.
Well, Adidas and Nike, both of them sponsor, but most people buy the Adidas because Adidas has better, I would say, better equipment to come to Olympic style Taekwondo.
So that's the shoe. Do they like make the Snickers?
Yeah, those kickers. Yeah, they make those kickers. Yeah, they got different name brands that actually support, but Nike is, Adidas is the best one to get. Matter of fact, I got a couple of pairs of Adidas that I use when I go train. But yeah, that would be the one.
So I have these extra questions, and
yes,
my first question to you is, how did you meet Sherry Shepherd?
Oh, you saw that, huh? Well, again, being in this position, you get invited to a lot of events. That's why I have at least 10 different tuxedos. And you go, that was what they call the thing was Black Business for Accounting Association. And I was invited there for conversation, I guess you could say, that people wanted to meet you. And they always have a lot of celebrities somewhere supporting some type of event. And Shepherd was there with her friend. And then we were just sitting at the same table. So we just took pictures because I was an Olympic athlete. She was a entertainer, a celebrity comedian. So, and then she spoke as well. So it was a great experience. Let me just say that.
Maybe you can put me into contact with her.
Well, I got to get with a PR guy and see what her schedule is, because she has a much busier schedule than me. But yeah, I can call her and see what she has in common.
Okay, well, here's my questions, my additional questions. So was it a lot of pressure to win while attending the Olympics?
Yes, it is. It definitely, because everybody want to be a winner. And then you got to remember, you're representing a whole country. And they'll depend on you to win, because the Olympic game is set up where you show other countries who's the most powerful. If you go back in history and look at the Nazi regime, Germany, they thought that they could be the best of the best. They felt that they was the best nation in the world, and their people was the best athlete, until Jesse Owens came in and showed that Hitler don't have the best of the best. The American had the best. So it's just one of those pressure things that people don't look at, but it takes a lot of pressure just to get out there and fight, because you're trying to win for your country. It's just like fighting a war, but you're not using weapons. You're using your feet and hands.
So my next question to you is, when did you start Taekwondo, and was it hard for you the first time?
Oh, wow. I started Taekwondo, I was in 7th grade. And it wasn't hard, because I guess I wanted to do it because of the Bruce Lee era. So learning martial arts back then, and then given the opportunity to learn martial arts was great. I mean, especially for a minority coming from my background, it wasn't heard of. See, what I want to say is, which you guys don't know about, maybe your mom may know, Liv. See, we wasn't allowed to go to a dojo, or in this case, a martial arts school, because they didn't allow people of colors to enter these schools. If you can relate to what I'm saying, that it wasn't allowed for us to go. It was a guy who came into our neighborhood who actually recruited us. And that's how I got involved, which was at a late time, which was 7th grade. Now, keep in mind, martial artists take children up to 4 years old and up. So you can be 4 years old and learn martial arts. But for me, being a late bloomer, because of the situation, I was thankful that that man recognized who we were and came in and recruited us to come to his school because it wasn't heard of at that time, especially in the state of Louisiana. So I hope that's a good answer for you.
Yeah, that's a great answer. So then
Okay.
my final question to you is, what medals have you won and which is your favorite?
Oh man, I won so many different. Okay, I took 3 golds in US Open, 3 US national golds, and 3 world system golds, and then some countless other championships. But I would say the best one for me would be my US national medal, because was one of the pride and joy of winning, because you fought the best of the best in the United States, and it's a proud medal. So I wear that proudly more than any other medals. Even though US Open is an international competition, that's a great thing. And then you have World System, which you get to fight against 26 different countries, and that's still a great thing. But I think my best reward came from me winning the US national. Yes.
Well, that's very cool. So thank you so much for answering all of our questions, including the additionals. And now it's time to play a fun game. So pretty much you have to name that move. So guess the Taekwondo move.
I know that guy that's in that picture. Okay, but anyway. Yes, that is considered to be a spinning heel kick, which is landed on this individual, which you see the blue and red. That's considered to be Hung Chung. Chung Hung is just basically the colors, which is the Korean terminology. The red and blue is the body armor that we wear, which is Hogu.
Correct.
Now, here's is what you call Jiu-Jitsu. As you can see, the black, white. The white represents the purity. Even though black represented death, it doesn't necessarily mean he's inexperienced. It just means that one teaching from another, because they had different clans.
All right. You got that right.
And that's a jumping side kick, if you must know.
I definitely know that one's right. I've done that before.
All right. You want to know what that is? That is Taekwondo. That is actually a axe kick that he's throwing, which pretty much what they call straight inside axe.
That's correct. Well, that makes a lot of sense because it's a hand applause.
Yes, an axe kick. That's what they call it. As you can see on the next one, that's another axe kick. That is your Hapkido technique, which he's doing right now. And that's what they call a counter or a basic trap.
Correct. So thank you so much for playing this game, and you did such an amazing job. Applause.
Round of an applause. Oh, wait, I said it wrong.
It's okay. You fixed it. Don't worry.
So thank you to the sponsor, The Color of Life. And now it's time to say closing remarks. So thank you to our co-hosts, Elizabeth, Ava, Noah, for those amazing questions. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. And thank you to our wonderful guest, Coach Bennet, the Houston Center of Taekwondo. So Coach Bennet is available to help you become a black belt. You can contact Coach Bennet at the Houston Center for Taekwondo in Pearland. It's 832-336-2009, 832-336-2009. And thank you to our sponsor, The Color of Life. You can go to their website, www.coloroflifeyouth.org, www.coloroflifeyouth.org, and their number, 832-409-0079, 832-409-0079. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and comment down your favorite part of the show. Send us a 1-minute video explaining why you want to be the next guest co-host on our show. And you can go to more of our platforms like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, and LinkedIn. And our website. So this is our last show for this season. We want to take a moment to especially thank all of our guests this year as they helped shape our platform. So see you next year. Signing off until September from Elizabeth, Noah, Ava, and me. Hasta la vista, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Kamsahamnida.
Yay, bye.
That means
She looks like a snowman. I gotta get that. I gotta get that. She looks like the thing comes back. She looks like she's in the snow.